Hello, everyone. I'm Jean-Claude BeyondMystic, and welcome to this deep woo-woo episode entitled Simulated Reality with SOLRETA. You can find her work at SOLRETA Ontario on YouTube and also on her website at SOLRETAontario.com. Where is that coming from, SOLRETA? Hold on a second here. There's a big echo. Hold on a second here. Where is that coming from, SOLRETA? There somewhere. Okay. I don't see it. Well, no, it's your website. Why is your website screaming? That's so weird.
That's strange.
Yeah, it says live. Oh, isn't that weird?
I don't have any other windows open. Yeah.
What the hell's going on? It says it's your website. Well, hold on a second here. Let me go here. Okay. Let me turn this back. Wow, that's so weird. Okay. Hello, everyone. I think we're good. Sorry about the rough start here. That's absolutely incredible. Well, this week has all been one thing after another, so I wouldn't expect anything less. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us on this live interactive show. We're going to do a shorter show tonight because SOLRETA has an engagement right after this show, so maximum 1 hour on this show, and I do apologize for being late. That was my fault. I was late with dinner for the kids, but we're here now, and we're excited to share this time with you. And of course, SOLRETA, with the lighting you have now, your hair looks almost white, so you look like the perfect witch for this particular episode. I love it.
I did say I had my wand here, so it's perfect.
Very good, very good. SOLRETA, why don't we start by pulling some cards here to read some of these energies. A lot of people have been contacting you and me this week. It's been a crazy week for a lot of us, and we're just trying to navigate and understand what the hell's happening, and also potentially next week. This is big on everybody's radar. Actually, starting today, the 23rd to the 28th was the forecast that we were given from a lot of the psychics, some of the predictive linguistics, the cycles analysis. So there's a lot coming up here in our field of view. So let's dive right into it.
This will be interesting. And I just want to sort of like set it out with just quickly, if we can mention the Star of Taroom, because that sets up the energies for today and what's happening. So here in Australia, it's the 23rd of 24th of July, which would be the 23rd where you guys are. So this is usually where Sirius rises in Egypt before the sun. Hi, Catherine. Hi, John. Lovely to see you guys all here. So yeah, we have Sothis, which is the blue star, the blue Kachina, Sirius. We know it by so many different names. That will be rising before the sun, usually heralding the Egyptian New Year. That's what I've heard. So we also had Olympic opening ceremony, and we know that this is usually used for, spell casting and, whatever the future plans that I don't know what words to say anymore without getting, but you guys know what I mean. Whatever the powers that be decide that they want to cast over people. So, if you are watching opening ceremony, which I haven't watched, I don't even know if they've done it yet. I know that it happens on the 23rd, and it will go through to the 8th of the 8th, which is the Lionsgate portal. So we have that massive energy that's being contained. And if we remember, it was delayed because it had the time change. So the other thing that we have happening that's really, really important here today in Australia, and I had a call from our lovely Uncle Alan, one of the beautiful original elders here. He gave me a call the other day because I put up a post saying about the frequencies and things. We've had really strange things happen. As you guys know, I spoke about the dimensions and frequencies opening up when I was in the cafe the other week. I saw like a realm or higher frequency open up right in the middle of third dimension. So he gave me a call and just gave me a rundown on things that are happening. So we have this Star of Tulum, which is this big rock that's going back up to Queensland. So someone originally took it and stole it from where it was residing. So it was residing up where Uncle Alan's family have lived for thousands and thousands of years. So it's from his country, because we call the different states or territories country here. And so it's a place like where his grandfathers and everyone lived. I've just got like a couple of little notes. So it was taken over 500 kilometers. I'm not sure if the mile conversion, but they felt a call to return it. So the person who actually took the star from the place, he I think it was his children decided to walk it back after he passed because he wanted it to go back to. So with a lot of these rocks, you do get messages, you do get a feeling or impression. I've been lucky enough to hold quite a few of Stephen and Evan Strong's rocks that they're guardians over, and they speak to you. So this Star of Tulum is going back today, and that's why I'm actually leaving in an hour, because it's going to start ceremony, I think, at 9:30 a.m. here, which will be your 7:30. And so to tune in for everyone watching, it's pretty big. What Uncle Alan was saying, it's quite big, like with Uluru. And I also looked up some of the astrology, I think was quite similar. I remember seeing something today to do with, remember with Uluru and the ascension energy with the gateway, the portal, end of main calendar. We were in, I think it was the Saturn Jupiter conjunction that took place back then. So this full moon is actually highlighting that energy. So if we look at that blue portal there, we're actually in like a time link window with that frequency that went off with Uluru. Now, Uncle Alan was saying to me that this is, just as important, this rock going back, if not even more important. So if we look at grids on the planet, as far as rocks and that, this is going to send out ripple shock waves of ascension energy and other specific frequencies. So you can imagine this beautiful rock not being in its home for quite a while, and it's being returned. Imagine the implications of the power of this, especially on this date today. So really exciting. Had to get through that so that we can tune into the energy of the cards.
Well, that makes sense to set up the episode. We needed to hear that, and that's fascinating. And every time there's movement of energy on the planet itself, in the physicality, it also affects all of the spiritual energetic stuff with it. So I'm very curious to see what's going to happen with this, because there's a lot going on right now. We saw the mummies being returned in April. There seems to be a coordinated effort around the planet, whether it's for the good or for the evil. It's like there's a bigger hand at play, and they're moving these chessboards, for lack of better terms, around the planet as we are going through space and these crazy anomalies now. So, wow, absolutely fascinating. Okay, let's get into the cards and figure out some of these energies here.
Oh, hi, Maggie. So the other thing too is we've got the full moon in Aquarius. So if we look at my favorite card in the whole deck, the card of the star, which is the blue ET looking being that has one cup up to the heavens, she brings all of that energy in from the universe. She brings it through her and kind of dances through her. Her hair is an antenna, and then she distills it onto the earth. When she distills it onto the earth, it comes out in crystalline form. So she's almost like bringing it down, disseminating it in a potion or a form in which humanity can understand. And then we see little roses, which are Christ consciousness energy. We see the butterflies of transformation. So with the full moon in Aquarius, it's bringing back the knowledge. So we look at the importance of the rocks going back in place too. This is returning the knowledge, and it's followed the track of the song lines. That's the most important thing, is this wasn't just thrown in the back of a pickup truck like when it was taken. It's actually put back and walked 500 kilometers through mountains, through valleys, over a period of time. So there is more information on the website. We will also be going back to back with another full moon in Aquarius. So this period, this energy, this intensity of receiving the knowledge. Now, this is also about receiving our innate divine knowledge. This is about throwing away the crap that we're kind of told or indoctrinated with as well. So really tune into your source, dream it through. I just want to say that before we look into the cards. So the frequencies that I'm feeling with this, I'm actually seeing like a lot of portal energies. I'm seeing like dimensional overlay, similar to like what we talked about with that starting to happen. And there's a lineup taking place is what they're energetically showing me. So for those of you that are sensitive to these frequencies and these grids and different things, I highly recommend tuning in meditation wise, sending your love, sending your connection to that part of Queensland. So anyone wants to find out more, there's the website for the Star of Tulum. And what I'm also getting is, at the moment, this is a major learning lesson. I'm seeing like a lot of yellow come in, but it's a learning lesson of the heart. So this is a a lot to do with being connected to authenticity, to do with the heart. The other thing that I'm also seeing is other things vibrate out of our frequency. So if we can really hold strong, it's almost like they're showing me a deck or something that's being moved around and the frequency is shaking. And, some might get really seasick and tap out, to use a wrestling term, tap out and just go, yeah, I'm going to sit this one out. So in order for you to have that stabilization, you need to hold center within yourself in order to be able to take that ride, that frequency bombardment that we're getting. So I'm just going to flip these cards. Yeah, this is interesting. Princess of Swords. So this is kind of to do with that frequency I was just talking about. We can see here that she's not really built for battle. We have this beautiful princess that has this gossamer kind of silk dress on. She has these little ballet Roman sandal type slippers, and she's standing on top of the chimney. So it's not quite a tower moment, but she's sort of like interfering or partaking, or, whether it's intellectual battle. So really being careful not to get into intellectual battles at the moment, not to be fighting it out on Facebook or anything like that. This is to be protective of your energy, because if we're maintaining frequency and think of the importance of the relevance with Sirius rising, the Lion's Gate portal, these double full moons back to back, that similar energy that was lined up with Uluru. If we look at the frequency, the portal that was open at Uluru, we're still within that time frame. It's still just as important to be concentrating and focusing just how we did with Uluru, especially today. So yeah, this is about not fighting other people's fights. This is kind of about being a little bit quiet at the moment with this. We have the Knight of Cups. So I do see that there is that heartfelt energy being brought back. This is the Cancerian energy. So it's very loving, very nurturing. A knight that's returning. I actually feel that this is significant to the Stone of Taroom being returned today. So we can see here the Cancerian crab, has the 6 arms. We have with the Star of Taroom, it has the 6 directions as well. Actually, I think the crab has 8, but you get my gist. Kind of looks a little bit star-like. But this higher feeling of love and nurturing is what we need to be focusing on, not anything that's going on mind games. There's so much disinformation. There's so much information that's being passed on that, it's like Chinese whispers going around. But if we want to find out the truth, we need to go within. We need to look at something we don't need to look at the problem from the level of which it was created. We need to almost become anew and to look outside of that. So I'll just get some clarification cards, and that's the Hanged Man card. It's almost like emptying our head of everything that we've heard. Does that make sense? You can see here this snake, and this is for our growth and expansion. So if we're really kind of like waiting and focusing and thinking, we need to kind of, keep checking the news and things like that, we might miss the news. We might miss this beautiful wave of energy that's being returned. It's almost like we're all turned to watch this beautiful eclipse moment, but we're looking at it through the TV, when we can actually be, outside experiencing it under the stars and be in the reality of it. So this is really, really important, is what I'm feeling. Yeah, this is funny, because we were just saying, did I just say eclipse? I forget when I channel sometimes. I was talking about the moon or eclipse or something.
You just did, yes.
Yeah. So we have this in these cards. We have Ace of Pentacles, which is, the universe or the heavens are really giving us this gift, this connection of, of being on the earth. But what we see is this beautiful secret garden. And synchronistically, I just saw one of my friends has a secret garden like that with the archway last night too. And we were commenting on this moon that was like above this archway. This looks exactly like what we saw. So this is really, that return. It's Star of Taroom again, even though that's a 6-pointed star on the rock. But look at that. So they're really stressing the importance of looking into the old traditions, looking into, the old ways, because this was the thing that was originally here before we had all of this crap on the planet, before we had all of this distraction. It was the original women and not just within like Australian culture, like Australian Aboriginal culture, a lot of different cultures, you know, had original principles and original balance for how they lived on the earth. It wasn't over consuming. It was really taking only what they need for the moment. Hi, Lisa. We have that thing that I was talking about. We have the eclipse moment. Do you guys want to be watching this from a screen or TV, or do you want to be out on the earth experiencing it? Because I know that when we did ceremony at Uluru, we had about 15 million people tapped in worldwide creating this grid. So some people were out in the snow, you know, hands on trees. Others, we were like, you know, bare hands, bare feet, touching the red earth, like our hands were in that red soil up near Uluru. This is the closing off of a situation. So this beautiful rock returning is also very significant for closure. This also, I feel, other worldly energies come in with this shift. So when we know like grids are activated and different things and frequencies are reconnected, it's almost like we've got, you know, like rocket lights or some kind of like we flip the switch to activate the lights to come on to get into that ascension mode. So I'm also being shown an image. It looks like a blue, like blue lights on side a UFO is the vision that they're showing me. And it's like the lights are being flicked back on. So really, really important for today. I feel that they're more focused on today. So I'll just ask them to give us a couple of cards going into this next week.
Okay. And while you pull those cards, let me bring up this comment by Sarah. She says, yes, the energies feel like a pressure cooker recently and something is building up. Yes, absolutely. And let me just refer to this tweet by Cliff High here. He was using predictive linguistic models. And what he was picking up is that from the 23rd to the 27th here, we would have this huge spike of emotional building tension, just like Sarah is saying, and then a big release. And Cliff is going to be on the show tomorrow on a pay-per-view. It's called Beyond Alta, the Big Woo. And we're going to talk about what SOLRETA just said here. It's very important to pay attention to what we're seeing. And what SOLRETA is saying is here, do you want to watch it on TV or do you want to watch it in reality? It is also possible, and this is part of the show tomorrow, that some type of manufactured event might be put together for us to look over here as opposed to miss all the beautiful things SOLRETA is talking about here. So this is what we're talking about. We need to be very cognizant of what we're being shown here and be very present so that we can analyze the situation here specifically in these next 6 or 7 days here.
Yeah.
Go ahead, SOLRETA.
And I just want to say, I'm actually not feeling fearful. I'm not feeling scared. I'm actually feeling really centered, really balanced with this. So, you know, there's two very different frequencies. There's two very different stories and timelines that are happening. And if we look at tectonic plates, because this is a vision they gave me the other day. So if there is, you know, a frequency that's sent out as a shockwave or a false event or something else that's meant to disrupt this portal energy that we're going through from the 23rd till the 8th, you know, what are they going to feed into this? So if we stay in truth and we stay in alignment with what's been honored for thousands of years, and I feel emotional talking about this in a positive way, if we stay in alignment with what is true to our souls and what is true to us, you know, are we really going to feel the implications of this? So what they're showing me is tectonic plates, something can rise up out of the, you know, out of the earth. Do we want to be on a frequency that's being held down, that's not realizing and is staying? Or do we want to be on something that's, you know, getting raised up high? I know which path I want to choose. And I also feel that that's probably why I'm not getting into these fearful energies and talking also with a couple of friends and, you know, looking into different things at the moment. And my friends here that are connected with the original people and really trust in what we're feeling in the earth. And, you know, a lot of us are guided to go out to some of these sacred places. They're not the ones that I'm hearing fear from. They're not the ones. Yeah.
Exactly. So we're all here to hold the line. And then my last episode with Janine too, she says, disconnect from the fear. They're going to try everything for you not to concentrate on the good part here. And it's funny, my daughter at dinner today, unprompted, she says, you know, Dad, I think things are changing and we're building a new earth. I'm like, yes, it is. It's so funny she would say that, you know, an hour before the show. I'm like, yes. And that's what they concentrate on. And that's that energy you have to hold. So yeah, absolutely.
It is. Yeah. And if we look at the darker stuff as spell casting, do you want to be like looking at the snake in its eyes when it's sending the little hypnotic signals? Thank you, Ocean. And I just saw someone said, oh, Mark was saying that I don't watch MSM. I do see a little bit because I have 3 children to protect. So I want to make sure I'm on to if there's going to be anything rolled out to do with our school system and things.
Right.
But I really disconnect from it. And, you know, our barometer on the inside, like our heart, is our connection to the earth as well. And it's the connection to, you know, to Gaia and the field that's going on around us. So we don't want to be brainwashed by what we see and perceive through the mind. We want to also use our extra sensory organs. So Rudolf Steiner also talks a lot about this too. And also forewarned people about taking the thing that we're not allowed to talk about. So I'll have a look into these cards for the week ahead. So what I'm actually seeing, it actually feels like a lot of, I'm seeing water come in, but it feels like water washing over wounds. It feels like there's cleansing energies, cleansing frequencies. I'm seeing what looks to be almost like, it feels like the ancestors that are releasing tears, but it's tears of joy for things returning home. I'm sorry, JC, they keep showing me things connected to the Star of Taroom. It's really, really important, but I'll flip these cards. Oh, so this is significant to what we talked about to do with, you know, how I said I was seeing that vision of when the tectonic plates shift, when we get, you know, information and things, what road, what path do we want to be on? Look at this, the Queen of Discs. She's on the higher path. She's looking down on, you know, possibly like everyone else who's still walking the journey. This is Capricorn energy. So there's really such a great sense of, how would I describe this in this way? She knows to get to higher ground with this. There's a sense of following her own path, not letting people tell her different things, that saying, oh, you can't do this, or, you know, listening to the naysayers. This is about choosing the higher vision, the higher positive road. She also, in the other decks of cards, it's usually just her holding a disc or holding pentacles. In this, she has a wand. She has magic from both realms, from both worlds. So this is what we need to attune to right now is, you know, still stay in touch with the physical and everything, but be aware that there's a higher magic that's also coming onto the planet at this particular time. We're seeing it in stars and galactic alignments. We're seeing it in the realms becoming really thin and people having multi-dimensional ET experiences. I filmed a video the other day that I sent you with orbs in it. So we see here in her wand as well, there's a cube. This is the 3rd dimension, but inside of this 3rd dimension we have the Merkaba. This is that energy. It's, you know, as above so below. It's our light body. So our light bodies are switching on and becoming upgraded with these stones that are going into place, with the ascension energies that are beaming onto the planet, and also with you know, the different guides and that we've got standing in assistance with us. This Chariot card to me represents the heart energy being the most important thing. And it represents like shining in that Leo, you know, Leo and Capricorn energy. These are some strong energies. It's like fire and earth. But this Chariot card to me, the Prince of Wands, to me, this signifies something moving through really fast, but it's about bringing through this heart frequency. So if someone's showing you like lower level fear or, you know, hater type energy, tap into the place of the heart. You don't need to receive. You don't need to feel compelled to match them back on an intellectual level. You know, tap into your heart. Like, what does this mean? We also have Prince of Swords. So this is something happening, coming, like running in like really fast as well. So yeah, really interesting energies that we've got. So I just feel it's really to pay attention to how you're feeling. Also, if you are feeling kind of off kilter or you're feeling a little bit like, I just don't know. There's a lot of stuff that I've been feeling 5G wise, to the point where I went and saw one of my friends and bought this little Q bracelet. And I know you guys will be getting excited, but it's not the Q that
so
you guys
think.
It's, yeah, pretty exciting. And my friend and I like, it's kind of cool that it says Q, but no, it's actually like a quantum bracelet. So it's helpful to stop electromagnetic energies from having influence over us, from dumbing us down, from making us sick. It puts up a protective field. So it's holographic technology. For anyone that wants to look it up, they're on the Q-Link website. So this is really, really helpful. And it's so ironic that I didn't even know she sold them. I thought I'd have to order it from the States. It's so ironic that I picked this up last night, with all these frequencies going on. So do what you can to protect your energy, just like you would your health, because it is an extension, if not the most important thing, because disease and illness usually manifest in the energetic template first. So really important why we clear emotions and different things. So really use this time to become so in tune with your body. So if you're feeling emotions, if you're feeling awkwardness, take that as a cue to do something about it. So whether it's having a bath in Epsom salts to flush away this negative energy, going and finding a meditation, or finding, a hypnotherapy session online, maybe Insight Timer, where you can really sort of throw off this old frequency, this old energy, these things we don't want to feel, so that you can usher through this new period of time. We are in the age of Aquarius too, and we've got these double Aquarian back-to-back moons, which is quite rare. So we need to be thinking about what do we want to uphold in this period of time.
I love it. Vicky says, SOLRETA has Lady Godiva hair. And I'm like, I just typed that into YouTube and look at this image that just came up. I'm like, yeah, kind of, actually.
It does cover in all the right places.
Right. Of course, it's not the medieval picture, but still, it's funny this picture came up as soon as somebody said that. I love it. Teresa is talking about the astrology here, and the sun in Cancer and the moon in Capricorn giving us a full moon here. What's interesting about that, I had a gentleman on the show the other day who talked about the importance to really track space weather right now. And I thought this was fascinating here, this Alpha Capricornid fireball here with, anyway, so there's a lot of wind activity, sun wind activity, solar activity. The proton levels are really high also. So we're being hit by more than what's just happening here in mainstream news. And this is what I was saying in an episode the other day. If you're doing work on yourself right now to try to improve yourself, these energies come from space are helping us. They're conducive to that. But sometimes for some people, it might interfere because they're not used to receiving these huge amounts of energy. So anything you can do to take care of the body, to ground yourself, to be out in nature, to maybe eliminate as much as you can the toxins from your body, just making better choices with the diet right now, absolutely important, so that not only can you hold these energies that are hitting you, but that you can also transmute them to at least two different goals. One, to healing yourself, to bettering yourself, and then two, to manifest that future that we all want, that new reality here on Earth that we want. What would you say to that, SOLRETA?
Yeah, it's funny. As you're talking, there was something I was talking about with a client yesterday, and also with my son. We were talking about, my kids always talk about vibing, and, they'll just be like dancing. I'm like, what are you guys doing? They'll be in the car and they're just, crazy teenage kid stuff. It's funny. I'm like, what are you doing? And they always answer, oh, we're just vibing. And the way Spirit's been showing me is there's a Shaq meme, Shaquille O'Neal, the basketball player. There was like this meme, or this one where he's like dancing. And so if we're looking at vibrational resonance, and we've got this energy coming onto the planet of stones that are very sacred being returned, we've got these amazing planets and this conjunction energy that was set up for us last year. And, that was heralding this ascension energy anchoring onto the planet. We want to be vibing and dancing with that music, with that tune. We don't want to be like having someone else like playing just like heavy metal in the background. And we're like, oh my God, what is that? It feels so disturbing. Right. So about there's two different choices to vibe with right now.
Absolutely. And John says, I love the Q bracelet. And quite a few people are asking, hey, where can I buy that, SOLRETA? So can you repeat where you got yours, or how people can get to that?
It's usually Q-link. So, so I actually got one from my friend. Usually I think you have to order them from America. But it was just synchronistic that we were talking about energy devices and things. And she had a site? So that's the necklace one that has a bit of a Tesla coil. So it works with quantum technology. So the Q stands for quantum.
Okay. Very cool. Because let me bring it down for you guys here in the live chat.
And also working in natural medicine, these are the ones that I found to be the strongest in terms of electromagnetic protection.
Okay, very good. Cool. We're 30 minutes in. I know you have to go soon. So what do we do next? Well, first, let's talk about your bookings. Mark Pacheco was saying earlier in the chat, he can't wait to have his booking with you. And of course, one of my friends earlier today sent me this, and she said I could share it with you guys. But it is the aura drawing that SOLRETA did for her in her last reading. Let's talk about that. For the people who've never had a reading with you, SOLRETA, talk about how you embody the energy, how you see the energy, and how you put pen to paper to bring that to the viewer's attention here during your readings.
Yeah, so I guess I have two different types of vision. So I have auric vision where, I see a soft glow of light. So if you visualize me looking at my own aura or something, I might see pink over here or gold over here. And so we also have the different auric layers of the body. So we have, the etheric, which is that fine line energy where the acupuncture system taps into, which is an extension, or perhaps the physical is an extension of that, because we are energy first. And then we have, the mental, astral, emotional, spiritual bodies as well. So depending on where I see different colors placed, and I will be looking like with my physical eyes, and I'll see soft glows, soft hues. I'll see different guides and beings that are standing around people, and I'll see other different things in auras as well. But I also receive internal, like pineal psychic visions at the same time. So even like when our power went out here in Australia, and I had a couple of Aussie clients to read for, we did it old school over the phone. And they're like, how are you seeing this around me? And they're like, I can't believe you can see that. And I'm like, because we see with, the internal eye as well. Right. So I use a combination of the internal and external vision, which I think is really important to know that I feel both support each other. They're just, oh, that's exciting. I just saw Beth's message. Let me also share, there was one beautiful one from yesterday. Hold on a sec.
All righty. And while you do that, I'll see if I can bring back up the imagery of Lady Godiva for the audience. I thought that was absolutely, who was that? Was that Vicky who said that? Who said that, Vicky?
I just need a voice.
Hey, SOLRETA, you were okay. So folks, hold on a second here too. Let me do some, housekeeping. SOLRETA and I were supposed to last week record part 2 of Raising Kundalini with SOLRETA, and both of our schedules just got whacked out of so we weren't able to do that like last week. So SOLRETA and I will probably be talking here in the next couple of days, and we'll pick a date, hopefully in the next week, maybe in the next 2 weeks maximum, to put that episode back on track for you guys. I know a lot of you have been asking for it, but if you've been following my show, you know that I've been behind the 8 ball here because of all of the weird shenanigans happening and having to fix everything that was broken by somebody else. So enough about that. So let's get back to your aura drawing. So
yeah. So this was a beautiful one that I did for a client yesterday. And look at all the beings that are coming around for support. So wow. It can be very different. This was another one that I did yesterday as well. We can see this beautiful medicine that's in her aura. When I see turquoise and aqua, this is something that's coming up from a past life. So it's something to be gained and understood that we're perhaps, thank you, Catherine. And I just saw John's message as well. Thank you. So the different colors to me speak on an emotional level. Color is language, and it's there for us to tune into, to feel into empathically. It's my passion. I love it. I love every day getting to do these for clients. And, we also expand and look into the messages that the cards have to tap into the aura. With the guides too. A lot of them, I guess, with the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction that we had last year with the 21st of December, where it was starting to line up the ascension energies for now too, which is a portal. Essentially, we're walking through from 3rd dimension, going into 4th and 5th. So a lot of the guides are now, like I had a period of time where guides were kind of standing to the back seat and just, we were seeing more like where it was more just the person and tapping into their abilities and different things like that, or into anything else they wanted to ask about, because we do that too. But what I'm just starting to see is a reemergence of the guides kind of coming in. It's like, you know, that home stretch energy. Oh, thank you, John. So it's that home stretch energy that we're seeing where the guides are like, all right, you can do this. Like imagine a baseball game or a basketball game, and the guides are like cheering from the bench, and they're like, you're on the court. Like we've given you like the game plays. You've like practiced so much. We're so proud of you. Come on, like you can make this happen. That's kind of where they're at right now. So yeah, interesting way to describe it. That's just the way that they're bringing it through.
Somebody's asking, hey, does SOLRETA have a Telegram?
Yes, I do. It's just under my name.
I just found it at SOLRETA, right?
Yeah, I think it might be SOLRETA_Antaria. I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm trying to see if I can bring this.
And using it to stay part of everything, but I haven't posted, I don't think, anything from mine.
Okay. So yeah, so folks, check it out. SOLRETA Antaria or SOLRETA, you'll find her. I can see it here on the Telegram, but it's on a different deck. I can't bring it up right now for you guys. So everybody says, okay, that's cool.
It's at SOLRETA.
At SOLRETA. Okay, so let me bring that in then. So wait, can I do a link with that? Let me see. Telegram. See if I can get this going for you guys. Oh no, it's t.me, right?
Oh, and I just saw Lisa just put a little message up saying I read for her whole family. I was saying to her the other day, I feel like I've got family overseas now, which is so beautiful.
Okay, awesome. So, okay, I just found it. So t.me /SOLRETA. So let me bring that link down for you guys. And what I'll do also, if you're watching this on replay, I'm going to go bring it down here in the description box below. Okay, so save. Okay, so it's there as well. Okay, next question for you. Ronnie is asking, JC, please ask SOLRETA the tarot deck she's using.
Yeah, so I've got, which ones was I using? These ones. So I've got the Thoth or Thoth tarot deck, which for me, it has the most hidden meanings and symbols, and I literally hear it speak to me. So that's why I go in with my eyes closed and I tune into the frequency and energy first. We only flip them over to confirm. And that's just the way that I love to get that double confirmation.
Right.
Thank you.
Beautiful. And Lisa, thank you.
I've had a bit of healing come up with some clients lately. We've worked doing some acupuncture points to really shift different emotions and things that are coming up because my background is in natural medicine too. So yeah, there's been some really powerful, beautiful healings that are taking place with some of my clients, even in the reading sessions. You know, if the guides are talking about it and my clients, like in that window of time, they love to use that opportunity to tap into the emotion that's there and just extract it and pull it out if it no longer needs to be there.
Oh, that's awesome. And Lisa Davis is saying, Lisa did a 2-hour couple reading with my hubby and self, and it was really beautiful and gave us some info and our gifts to get her to. So that's amazing. So let's talk about that. So Rita, do you have any spots left right now? And do you have a coupon code for the audience?
I've been toying with, you know, because I've really wanted to have the intention of doing some more YouTube stuff. But with like our lockdown after lockdown, it's been a little bit harder with kids and homeschool and everything. And I'm a terrible homeschool teacher. Like I need a substitute teacher. Right. You know, if they want to learn about crystals and cards, one of my daughters jokes with her friends at school, probably mocking me, but she has the Uno cards and she's like, let me read your fortune. I'm going to tell you your future. And she reads the Uno cards. It's hilarious. Okay. But yeah, so I think it might be December, possibly. Possibly there might be 1 or 2 left in November.
Okay.
But yeah, I really want to keep some window of time open to give collective readings on YouTube and things. Yeah, it's just been quite crazy with the lockdowns here. We're still in lockdown, by the way. It got extended.
Incredible.
I know.
It's absolutely incredible. Okay, I just put the link there. Oh, sorry, I forgot to ask you. Is that still the valid discount code?
Yeah, okay. Because I really want to just express my gratitude to you, JC, for everything that you do with your information on your channel. And I just want to have that code JC Love to remind people to show the love, to, you know, subscribe, to share, and remember to like and, you know, leave a beautiful comment as well.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You're gonna make me cry. Oh my god. Well, it's been a rough couple of weeks, Loretta. So I wake up in the morning and I get emails, similar wording to what you just said. I was like, and I respond to them, dude, I really needed to read that right now because there's just so much happening. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. And Superfood says, yeah, days to love. Okay, I love you guys too. Absolutely. Okay, so Retta, can we do maybe 5 minutes and pick somebody from the PayPal tip jar? I haven't even.
Let's do that.
Let me see if I can get one question in there and maybe one from the audience here. Why don't we do this? Let's start here. I'm gonna check the PayPal tip jar for a question, but in the meantime, Sarah S. I don't know if we've read it for her before, but every time she's in the chat, I just love her energy. So let's just pick a card to get whatever universe wants to tell Sarah here. And then we'll do the PayPal tip jar, okay?
So they're getting me to pick one card out of the soft deck, and then I'm using the Right Away, more traditional tarot. Now, the reason I know that some people go, oh, soft deck, they're not quite sure about it. For me, it's based on the Egyptian deck, and that's why I love to use it, because it does have all the astrological symbols. It has a lot of geometries, things like that, which is also why I can hear messages and feel and see messages with the cards upside down. So yeah, I highly encourage people to have a look and check that deck out. So I'm just getting 3 cards from this other deck. Okay. So I'm just actually seeing Sarah standing in this column of golden light, and I'm seeing like little flicks of light at the moment. Now, this is also probably connected for this window of time just now that we're talking about today. So I'll flip this column of light, and we've got 10 of cups. Look at the light, because that's not water, that's light coming out of the cups. So this is beautiful. 10 of cups is kind of like that abundance energy. This is mixed in with Christ consciousness. We have the beautiful rose at the Godhead at the top of the cups. This is everything kind of coming into divine play, working. But what I feel is this is about putting yourself into this energy. It's not waiting for it to happen. So I'll flip these other cards that go with it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yep. So we've got 2 of Wands to clarify. We've also got the 9 of Wands. So these are more kind of like the spiritual cards. And then we have the 9 of Cups, which is also connected to abundance and different things. This is not waiting for others to come to the party. This is not also feeling that you have to give reason or meaning or even lip service, is what I'm hearing them say, to anything that's outside of you holding this frequency. So anything that doesn't, how we were talking before about vibing, anything that doesn't like vibe on your level, you don't have to dance with, is kind of the energy. So stay in your groove, stay in your own, frequency, your own vibration. I also feel this is about possibly protecting yourself from those that might, I'm hearing them say the word spiritually hijacking. So those that might have intentions to harvest energy or to utilize, when someone's really, they have such a beautiful giving nature, giving personality, and others will take advantage of that. I'm just
energy
seeing
vampires.
Yeah, that's the word. So, really protect yourself from that. Stay in your own groove, especially leading up to the 8th of the 8th, the Lion's Gate. And we had
this conversation before. Either it's deja vu or we read exactly this for this Sarah a couple of weeks ago.
Wow.
I could be wrong. Anyway, Sarah, if you're hearing this, let us know in the chat. Man, it sounds really familiar to me right now.
Wow. Because when I'm channeling, I don't remember what I say.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. So we have this 9 of Cups too. So I feel that it will, when you do that and you don't sort of partake in other people's things that are going on, it will help you to maintain. You'll be building towards something, and you're going to have new doors that open and other things that come into higher alignment. They're asking you to kind of like upgrade your belief system around what you're worthy of, because they're saying what you're worthy of is so much more than what you're putting out for. So it's to really keep like upgrading, to keep working at pulling in and vibrating at a certain frequency, and you're just going to attract more, is what I'm seeing. Yeah.
Beautiful. And there's a few people in the chat. Hey, that advice goes for everybody else right now too. There's so much going on. Protect your energy. Absolutely good advice for everyone. For Sarah in particular, it has to do with her energy frequency and the fact that a lot of people want it for some reason. So I don't know, Sarah, if that makes sense, let us know. You guys are killing me. Love you, JC. Thank you. Appreciate that. Pink Sarah, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Ronnie, appreciate that. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I adore you, JC. Thank you, Cindy. Appreciate that. You guys are amazing. All right. Oh, and of course, some love for SOLRETA too. This lady has the most beautiful energy. I totally agree with that. Thank you so much, Starlight. Okay, much gratitude. That's great. So the last one, let's just jump quickly here. I know you have to go off here. It is Victoria Rebold. And for some reason, I think that's Nana, but I'm not sure. Anyways, she says, much love to you and SOLRETA. Keep fighting the good fight. Let's pick a card for Victoria here.
Yeah. So I'm just getting 3 cards from the Thoth deck.
Okay.
Okay. I'm actually seeing healing come in on, it feels to me like on a mental or emotional level, I'm seeing a ray of blue light actually coming in. It's coming in almost near the eyes, like this. I'm seeing a blue ray come in around here, and just feeling the sun start to warm up here as well. Just see what else we have. This can also sometimes, when we get this blue energy coming around here, can also be related to communication. I'll just see what else we have.
Yeah, and Sarah saying, yeah, it makes sense. Everybody wants a piece of me. Yeah, there's something there. I don't know. Wow. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, super, super important to really keep like, oh, and there was a thing that I saw through the week to do with, affirmations and meditation. And it was someone, I think it was on TikTok or Instagram, and they had their self hooked up to a brain biofeedback or brainwave reading device. And they had like all of the 4 brain states, and they had on the bottom gamma, and they were showing when they did the affirmations, how the frequency would go up. And then when they sang, it went from like 50 on saying it to about, I think, 80 or 90. Wow. So if we sing our affirmations, we sing our self-worth, it increases it. So that's a good little tip for, this next couple of weeks, to really like sing to yourself and self-activate, self-actualize. Just see what else we get with this. Yeah, there's a lot of gold that comes in with this as well. I feel that it's coming in from guides and intuition because it's presenting on the left-hand side. So I'm not sure. Yeah, it felt like you, Crypto Nana. I'm not sure if there's perhaps like some healing that you've been asking for, or being like receptive to healing, but there's something coming in to do with healing, possibly communication. I'll flip these cards. Yeah, I feel that it is, because we've got the Empress in the middle. She's in this blue, almost like a healing stasis state. She's tapped into this heart energy. She has the blue lotus, the medicine, over her heart. So there might be a little bit of emotional healing at the moment. It could even just be you holding this beautiful healing frequency too, why we have strife and 5 of Cups going around. So these are kind of similar energies to what's being laid out in one layer of the story. We'll just say that way, because there's another beautiful layer, as we read before, that's being laid out. We're seeing 2 timelines essentially. So it's making the choice between timelines, like the Hopi say as well in the prophecy, and what Stephen and Evan Strong have read out on your show too, is that it's about jumping in the river. So we can't always jump in holding hands with our best friends or try and take everyone with us. We need to jump in and kind of immerse in this state. So yeah, with this card, sometimes this can come up to do with sort of like energy stagnancy, a bit of fear, because we have the kidneys at the top. So kidneys are our filter. They're kind of like how we feel into the world. So on a negative level, they can represent fear, and can represent energies that we're letting cycle through us and go into our Venus artery system. So what are we putting through? And they're like accenting and pointing when I just said the word Venus, because usually I would say, veins or artery system. But what are we feeding into this system that's meant to be connected and fed with love? In love, it's healthy. In the opposite of that, we get 5 of Cups. So we get this this energy where we see phlegm trying to be expelled, or we see these green colors sort of signify energies associated with like liver, gallbladder, which is, how would I say, sort of sometimes can be a little bit of anger or seething or like picking up on fear and sort of holding a grudge type energy. I'm seeing that. And this could even just be collective energy, but they're just giving you that reminder to tap into the Empress energy, to hold that light, and even to, you know, like use that mantra, and you can sing it. Maybe that's why we talked about the singing aspect of, you know, like, I hold the light, I hold the light. There is a little bit of a rebirth stage happening for you. So I do see coming out from the 8th, it's like emerging. And, you know, when you wake up sometimes and you're like, oh, my eyes are finding it a little bit hard to open. I am seeing this energy after the 8th of the 8th as well.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay. I hope, Nana, that makes sense. And she says, yeah, I'm caregiving for 4 years. I think she said very wearing. So a lot of drain on energy.
Exhaustion. Yeah. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And speaking of jumping in that river, folks, just tune into this frequency of this image. We could talk about this in another show, but anyways, it'll speak to you on many levels. Okay, so Retta, one last quick one on PayPal tip jar here. Let's do this one from Rhonda, and she's saying, let me see here, and it's going to be perfect to end the show. And I know you're going to pull an amazing card on this. Please ask Soretta if she sees this craziness ending soon. I love it. It would be perfect to end the show. So thank you so much, Rhonda, for that. I really appreciate it.
They actually just told me, go to the bottom of the deck. So we have the Strength card come out. So yes, there's a lot of craziness right now, but you are stronger than all of it. So we have this beautiful Sagittarian eclipse moon energy at the bottom going up into the sun. So why this is here to kind of like illuminate the things that really don't resonate with you anymore, let it be that. And hold that pillar, hold that middle, that strength, that connection to the divine, and doing this through love. We have Queen of Cups, so you're very empathic, and this is probably why you're feeling it so strong. But be the reflection of what you wish to see in the water, what you wish to see below, hold it above. We have the Magnus as well, which is kind of like the magician. It's at the end of the journey. So they're really talking about, yeah, I just saw Ronnie's message. So yeah, it really is looking at, this is really about closing out to some people, some situations that are not of that love frequency. And it's really, you have so much magic to tap into once you eliminate that noise. That's what I'm seeing here with this Magnus energy. And even underneath that, we've got the card of the Aeon, and we've got the card that I call the Choose Your Own Adventure card. So there's so much fire, so much transformation, so much magic. I even sense past life energies that are there as a reminder. There's an Egyptian past life memory that I'm seeing that's coming up, and it's stirring up different forms of alchemy within the heart, is the words that they're giving me. Yeah, it's like everything that you want is on the other side of fear, and on the other side of, I'm hearing spirit cheekily say people's drama. It's really cute. They're kind of like whispering it. They're like, you know, sometimes like when someone's trying to tap you on the shoulder and gently like tell you something, we've got spirit sort of like whispering, just, yeah, it's really cute.
Oh my God. You're just making me think of an old show. It was called The Little Rascals. Have you ever watched that on TV?
Yeah.
And so one of the kids is saying to the other kids, don't drink the milk. And then the other kid's like, why? It's spoiled. Okay. And then they would go around the table. Anyways. So the spirits are telling you, don't drink the milk. It's spoiled. Okay. don't get into the drama. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's cute.
Oh my God. Okay. That's amazing. I know you got to go. SOLRETA, man, thank you so much. Lots of love in the chat for all of you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. We really feel it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Yeah. Everybody's laughing at my joke.
I just mention really quick as well. That orb video that I sent you to is like an example. Yeah, is that all right to show? I think it goes for a couple of seconds.
Yeah, let me bring that up.
One to finish on, because it really is showing, if anyone feels spirit around, and I felt energy, and that's why I was doing some dancing. You can actually see these orbs. One flies in around sort of hip height or leg height towards the bottom of the floor, and then another one.
So there's one there. Okay, hold on. Let me scroll back. You see that there? Okay, let me scroll back a little bit. You're going to see it right here. There you go. And then there's another one there.
One you see come across the painting.
And then there's going to be another one there. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. But it is on my Instagram if everyone if anyone wants to like have a look close up, you can actually see it a lot clearer and on Facebook. But we're seeing these, you know, our reconnection that we have. So they love it when we dance. They love it when we sing. It's all about frequency. You probably see it fly across near the painting. Yeah, there it is behind. See that? So yeah, pay attention to the world around us and to the other worlds around us too, because they're there with us.
Yeah, I love it. All right, folks, that was episode 13 here of Simulated Reality with SOLRETA. And you can find her work, of course, on YouTube. Please go and subscribe to her channel here at SOLRETA Antaria. And also, you can book a reading now at SOLRETAPsychicReadings.com. And the coupon code is JCLove, all in high caps. And that will give you, I believe, 10% off the 2-hour booking. Is that correct, SOLRETA?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, folks. I love you guys. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon. Au revoir.